it's what I have. I was hoping for the white stuff because it's little, this one's kind of compressive enough, but I'm looking at the little tiny squares there, rectangles there. There we go. And if I cut it in half, let's just see. Let us just see what we can do. I'm doing this live on television, so if it blows up, that's fine. Okay, so that's that. And then there's half the side there. A little too thick. But in the end, okay, I'll cut the top off, give it a haircut. But basically, it's gonna push. That's way too much, but yeah. That's the idea. We will see if the idea comes to fruition. I'm noticing that I have to cut it slightly smaller because it can float inside. It doesn't have to like be pushed inside because of course the tape's going to cover so it won't fall out. But let's see if I cut off. If I cut off that much. Let's see. Let's see. So this was a fake one because this isn't the one I have because there's no holes in this one. This is the one I have over. Really? There. So I got the one that taped down, so I'm not going to pull that one up. I'm going to. So we can do this nicely. Oh, I forgot I did drill a hole in this one, so it's got some gunk in the way. I was listening to Mozart before I started talking to you guys, so. And then this guy's going to go in there. I have to take the tape off. Clean that out because there's gunk in here from the original hole they had in the center, and that is stopping the piece from going. Okay, that's all I think about that. Lift that out of the way. Maybe I should take it off. If I had a pair of tweezers, I thought I had tweezers. Look at that, tweezers. So I'm going to put that in there. Put that in there. Move way better. Ish. Get in there. Let's see what happens. Pull that back down. And you can see the little foam. So got some, of course the foam's on the one edge, so I see that wearing out pretty quick. Well, I'm gonna say I've had these things running for a long time and they haven't worn out yet, so that's one side. Let's put it on the track and see. Yeah, my fingers are crossed. Let's cut the other one now. I'm gonna say I'm cautiously optimistic. Josh is playing Bionicle in the other room. I did a whole cleanup in here and I found a lot of old Bionicle in those totes that I had underneath my desk. So that's one side. Now if I go to the other side, which should already be skizzers. I had skizzers. I have to put things backward, and this is the sad thing about my life. I do forget, honestly, where I put stuff. So it couldn't have been too far though. Because I cut. Got that? There. Screws. Oh, right in front of me. Second thing that goes is memory. There we go. That's more square than the other one. I don't know if I like that. That's better. Again, I gotta test it over this one first. And cut it to size. Sticks up a little proud, too proud, as they say. And then I'm gonna lop off the top. There we go. And I'm gonna look at this guy. And I'm gonna get this guy. Put it down. Put this guy up. Oh, the tape came off. That's fine. It's Methine McDonald's. It's not Mozart. Very tricky, boys and girls. Very tricky. Joe Flaherty did not get enough credit for how wonderful he was. Oh, for crying out loud. Very scary, boys and girls. Very scary. SCTV. Back in the day. Back in the day, that SCTV. Okay. Put that back down. Get the tape going. Hold it down. Push it through. Okay, so now put the thing back on top. Now, push it down. Got a little bit of plate to it. And now I'm going to connect this to that. Just turn it around so you guys can see it. I do not know if I can find enough monorail that's still got copper tape on it, but I will give it my best shot. So now if I put this on here, there we go. Okay, just get my fingers in there. Much better. This might be a valid solution for everything. Maybe. Also, I folded the tape in half, or so it's double thickness. I might do like maybe 3 or 4 layers of tape. It still will not be as thick as this, because this stuff is pretty thick when it comes down to it, but it might be more rigid. I don't know. I'm going to get a monorail together really quick, and maybe find a loop that I can put together, and see if this thing's gonna work. I'm cautiously optimistic. So that is it for tonight. I am gonna go to bed now because it's been a heck of a day and I got a lot of stuff done, and I feel very proud about that. And I am tired. I'm kind of just rambling guy. Off. Oh, for crying out loud, shut down. That's it. That's all. I honestly hope everybody's doing well. I keep on mentioning how blessed I am with the wife I have, the kid I have. We went over to Big Al's Aquarium Services today because Joshy got himself a little pet the other day that he has to get food for and stuff. And he went on his own. He was out hanging out with friends the other day, and they ended up at Aquarium Services, Big Al's, and he called to ask permission to pick one of these little things up. And we were, well, you have to chores and housework and responsibility and all that stuff. But in the end, we said, yours to take care of. But he was out with the girlfriend today, and Sandy and I were coming back from Toronto from Torlug meeting, and we stopped by there to pick up some food for his new little pet. And when we were there, this is new to us as well. It's not a dog, it's not a fish, which is all I've ever had in my life. We had a budgie once when I was a kid. So we're asking the people working there, oh, our son was here yesterday or the other day. And he'd be, oh, the blonde kid, yeah. And they, without provocation from us, they said, after we've worked out, because we had a million questions, they said, by the way, you should know. By the way, you should know your son, and these are kids working there. They're not old people. They were like not even 20 somethings. They're like teenagers, old teenagers that are working at Crime Services. They said, your son was so respectful to us, the staff, and he had intelligent questions, and he was very sincere, and he was very honest, and he was very, very considerate. And we're going, our kid? Like, we know there's the standard MO from parents that the kids don't seem to show that towards the parents. Or I'm going to say Josh has been fantastic, 16 years of it. And I read all the books, and well, not all the books, but I do know that the house is his safe zone where he can just not worry about a lot of stuff. But out in public, this is the bunch of times that we've been told by other people how respectful and considerate and polite our kid is. And I'm going, that's a proud papa moment. Like, I will say, I don't think I've mentioned this on my channel. Why is my phone not charging? The sports banquet for his school year was at last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. And we parents are not allowed to go, but I was out, can't remember where, and Sandy sent me a text with a picture, MVP, Most Valuable Player 2025 for juniors, Josh Gaudes. That again, I'm not a sports ball guy at all. I know of them. I know of them, but the fact that I missed one game this year because I had to do Anime North, and I felt a little bad about that. But I made sure I get to every one of his games last year and this year and next year, and when he's in grade 12, it's going to happen. But he's been pouring his heart and soul into football, and he's been working out a lot and bulking up a lot and running plays a lot and practicing a lot. And to see that pay off, like last year he hardly got any field time at all in grade 9. Of course it's grade 9, it's football. But this year, especially for the junior team, there was a few games where he played the entire game, offense and defense, where he was rarely off. I think he was only off for the kickoffs and stuff, but even that he's mostly on. He was off, and again, so well, a quick story because we're 13 minutes into this. There was a game this season where Sandy and I were there, and he got pummeled. He got completely trounced on, and he was laying on the field, and the medic came out. There's a paramedic at all the games now, and he's laying out in the field, and all of a sudden, concerned parent. But Sandy and I were on the sidelines until whatever. We're not running out to the field, and then it took about 4 or 5 minutes to get up and hobble over to the bench, where he sat out a few plays. I'm going, oh, it must be really bad. And I'm looking at him, and I go, and he goes, hey, and then he played. He got back into the game halfway through the third quarter, and he played to the fourth. And then he comes out afterwards, and he had this huge gash down his leg from where the guy's cleats scratched him, but that's not what he got. Hoofed in the because they don't wear cuffs. He got hoofed there, and he was like out for the count. So, but he got out and played the rest of the game. He was off for like 5 or 7 minutes, half a quarter, and then he went back out there. And I said, I couldn't be prouder. Like, it's just like, proud Papa time. It's like we did grow up in a generation where whack it off. You know, if you get injured, you get up and you keep playing. I don't play sports ball, but I remember that back in high school, I did play soccer. And even in phys ed, and even with the friends, when you wipe out on your bike, you get up and you keep moving. No matter how much pain you're in. This kid was in a lot of pain, and he played the rest of the game. So I'm going, there you go. And then just those two kids yesterday, or today, telling us yesterday that Josh was very respectful, very polite, very sincere, and they were very appreciative of his attentiveness, because this is a big responsibility for a pet that lasts 10 to 20 years. And it was nice to know that from our point of view that he was being considerate and appreciative of their efforts to help him. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Didn't want this going for 15 minutes, but I am a proud papa right now. I've always been a proud papa. 16 years, I wouldn't change a thing. And I can't wait to see what happens next. So I'll be around for it, and you guys will be around for it, and we'll talk more.